Hey Dana, just looking at your website here. Okay, so let's look at your website you sent me. So, diving, choose your dive. So you sent me a link that's not the actual website. Has a location. Choose your dive adventure. You're diving. Okay, Patty. So I think if you're trying to, okay. First of all, I would talk about what makes your dive location special. So talk about what are some unique sea life things that you may want be able to see here that you wouldn't be able to see somewhere else. I see you have a sea turtle here, so you may want to focus on sea turtles or coral reefs. You can really talk about like that's the thing. Like I'm a dude from Canada. I want to go diving. Why should I come to Darwin in the Philippines to go diving? That's the question you need to answer. What's special about Darwin that that's gonna suck me in? Okay, so I mean you do have a one picture here, but really talk about it. You could talk about coral reefs, sea turtles, dolphins, and shipwrecks. I don't know what there is, and you can even highlight maybe some of the things. So the all-inclusive package for divers, optional upgrades, patio open water service. Okay, private cabin, breezy comforts, too delicious. So this visually is a mess, right? I mean, it's hard to separate what each section is. You could definitely this needs the hierarchy is all off. I would have to go into a design program to really decide what to do to make this look better. But this visually is not good. Um, yeah, so 2 delicious meals per day. Look, that looks nice picture there, by the way. Optional fun. Yeah, so this I feel should be like the Learn to Dive package. So when I click the Learn to Dive package, it doesn't even take me to here. It takes me down to here, which is kind of confusing. So let's see what happens when I click the other one. Already certified. Yeah. So what I would do is I would have these two things and say, we've got choose your dive adventure and say learn to dive package, certified diver package, and then talk about 6 nights in a thing, meals, boom, 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 boom. Maybe have one picture. Same thing here, already certified, boom, 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 one picture. And then you can have underneath it be like, explore the world of Darwin with like maybe a slide, like a scrolling photos of like some of the highlights, talk, and then you can really talk about, the cool things that are there. Or you have those first and you have your 2 packages. But I think you've just got this way too sprawling, and then, learn like here's the information for Learn to Dive, and then you've got some more information here. Like this should be here. And this should be here. And then you have, so yeah, you just got, your information needs to be way more condensed and structured a bit better. Yeah, you can have a contact form here. I mean, I would like to style this form a little better. It's pretty plain Jane, but ultimately, whatever. The pictures will do the talking. But let's go through the rest of your website a little bit since we're here. Welcome to Dive Camp. So you need a logo, like just even if it says Dive Camp or the Darwin Dive Camp or whatever. This does not look like a dive camp. This looks like a mountain trekking adventure to me. I would personally like to see a picture of scuba diving if it's a dive camp. That's why people are coming there. Show a sea turtle, show a whatever, you know. show the diving. And then you have what happens, book your adventure. Then it goes back to here, and then you want to definitely want to clarify this, and then so when it goes to book your adventure, you just have the two options right there. Okay. I also wouldn't say welcome to dive camp. Have the word dive camp up here, and this is the most important section of real estate. Say something like, experience crystal clear waters with all the luxuries of a 5-star restaurant and a private cabin. You know, you really like, you want to talk about all the benefits right off the top. Like this to me looks like a smoky, I don't know if that's smoke or mist, but to me it doesn't look like diving. It looks like smoke and a town, and that's nothing I'm interested in if I'm diving. Also, just make sure your text is like easy to read. Like that's the problem with these background images, is you have these like white and black, and you know, there's other ways to present it, but that's something to give some thought to. I also like to have your book your adventure button, like your main call to action button, to be really vivid. That's my personal taste, so that they really know to click that. About dive camp down. So again, you've got welcome to dive camp. Experience one of the best. So, you know, this should be here, right? Nestled in a serene coconut grove, dive camp. So instead of, you even really say like, you can even shorten it down, you know, to like a heading of like, you know, 6 words, like, anyway, take some of this, cut it down to like a headline, have a subheading, don't repeat yourself. This is the logo, it needs to go up here. Okay, location, from the beach, amenities, personalized service. I'm not sure about these like layouts of these boxes. It's kind of looks weird to me. I would just prefer to have it be in a square with some space in between, personally. But, you know, I do like these things talking about your service and, you know, again, why choose you? Darwin Marine Life, located near some of those stuff is Apple Island. So, like, I would maybe talk about, like, instead of saying some of the most, really highlight some of the dive sites. Be like, Apple Island. And have like a highlight of Apple Island, and you know, show like what you're gonna get at Apple Island specifically. Maybe take like your 2 or 3 most popular dive sites and really like focus on them and you know what's unique about them. Go take on a range of underwater adventures. Yeah, I mean I do like, that's a nice picture. I like that. That looks good. This to me should be this picture, right? This is an awesome picture. I think you may even have better ones, but like, yeah, you want something like this for a scuba diving site. What is this? It took me over 5 years to get certified, and I couldn't be more happy to have done it with Dive Camp. Yeah, I do like testimonials. I'm not sure why you're specifying it took 5 years to get certified. I think, don't you want it to be like, I got certified in a weekend? Anyway, and is this the guy? Is this Guillermo? A little unclear to me who's saying this, and also you can't read the text down there. It's too faint. You know, unreadable text is my #1 pet peeve. If this is you guys being the owners, then maybe you want to have this on your about page. Accommodations. So I think you would have like a question I have here is like cottages. So you can get your cottages separately. So I think you would want to like specify that you're a dive camp and cottages, right? So that people could come stay there without diving as well, if you want. And also that you have a restaurant on site. You know, I know you have eat here, but like, you maybe want to have like, you know, dive adventures, accommodations, dining right here so that people know right off the bat that you've got all those 3 things and they can get to them. Because some people might just be like, oh, Omus vegan. And I don't know if you have a separate website for that. But if you do, you may want to have a link to it here. And looking for Omus Vegan, go here, right? And in-house bar. So, I mean, nice looking pictures. You're an awesome cook. I know the food's going to be amazing. Make sure you update this. There should be a way to do it automatically depending on your platform. At the bottom of every page, every single page, you have your call to action. So the pacing is, okay, dive camp. I've like looked through here, blah, 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 blah. I've read about this. Okay, oh, that looks nice. I come to here. What do I do now? Book your tour, explore accommodations, reserve a table. You always need a call to action at the bottom, and then in your footer, you're going to have more information like contact information. So you want your phone number, your email address, a map, other booking links. You know, you kind of want your site map in the footer. People know when they get to the footer that they're going to explore everything, right? That's where you go. If you can't find it up here, if you're like, say you come to the site and you're like, oh, I want to find a map. I don't see map. Well, I'm going to go straight to the footer. That's just kind of the way it is. So, not saying you can't find it here, but always have everything in the footer no matter what. Dive, Patty, open water, continue at Apple Island and fun diving. What's this? Patty dive courses. So, again, this looks a little Apple Island fun diving. Patty dive courses. So you got these courses, and then where was that initial page that I found? I can't even get back to it, right? So I would condense all your dive packages and courses into one page, and have them all listed. So you have your dive package with everything, you know, the whatever, and then or on that page have like looking for a specific course, you know, because if you don't want to stay there, you know. Yeah, I would consider eat Omus Vegan. So you do have a page here for Omus Vegan. I like most people when they come to a page for a restaurant, all they want is the menu and how to reserve. Hours are also good, but they want the menu. So, yeah, unless you have, if it's a different menu every day or, you know, a set menu, then specify that and then, you know, send us a message to see what's going on today. But you definitely want to get the menu. Menu, very important. Stay, yeah, so accommodations. So yeah, again, you want both of these you want to have as call to actions. So dive, accommodations, eat, dining. Again, this is my first time looking at this, so like, it takes a bit of thought. It takes a bit of thought to really understand what the best approach is going to be. And then contact, get in touch, one-on-one, Luca. So here's your map. I would put the map in the footer of every page, personally. Dive camp, Luca Road, phone and WhatsApp. I'm assuming you have an email address. I would add that. Please call, text, you know. I would also say, like, for reservations and inquiries, call the number, text the number, right? Instead of saying, like, please text, and then you have to look for the number again. WhatsApp, just have links and make sure everything is properly linked so that you can just click on it, it'll go straight to your WhatsApp account. And, you know, so people don't have to copy and paste or write it down. You want everything properly linked to be as seamless as possible. And yeah, that there is kind of a brief review, first look at Omus Dive Camp. Also, looks awesome, looks super fun. You know, maybe I'll have to come diving there sometime. Okay, later.